Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Just make sure we got it up. Perfect. Alright, so I just want to bring up the man responsible today for 2 p.m. All the volatility that we're going to see. I want you to get a good look at Jerome Powell. Here he is. Let's go over some levels. Let's check it out. If you guys can, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and let's get into it. So here's Jerome Powell. We got the Fomc meeting coming up at 2 p.m. So just want to go over some levels for you guys. If you're part of my WAP, you've already seen some of the levels that we broke out. We're going to get a little more detailed here. We'll do this for about 20-25 minutes and then potentially live stream a little bit later. But if you want me to live stream, check out the gold tab. Definitely drop it in the top chat, and we'll see you there. All right, so let's get into it. Let's break down the Qs. Looking at the 6-month chart. Just want to show you, just looking at long-term perspective here. When you're looking at long-term perspective, the Qs looks absolutely beautiful. It has been moving up very nicely, and what it's doing is retesting highs at the top of this channel. So right now we're trading at highs, and if we can continue moving forward, nothing wrong with that, but you got to look for pullbacks. Pullbacks are as obvious as this chart right here. We'll see what Powell says moving into this. Looking for this pullback to about 540, 545. That would be the first potential buy in this area. Now, if you want to get more specific on the Qs, you can look at previous levels where we had some consolidation. It would be around this range. Well, let me just bring up the other chart because this one's not coming up as clear. Let's just use this drawing for a second. Here we go. So if you're looking at it right here, 560 would be your first pullback along that you would try. For me, the market's very high right now. I would not be looking for that. All right, so definitely be cautious. If you're looking for pullbacks here, look for pullbacks to the 560 range on the Qs. Now just keep in mind that's not a very big pullback. Just here is only 1.3%. We got to wait, be very cautious. Usually the markets are range bound when it comes to FOMC days. So Qs, just kind of keep an eye on it. 600 is our pullback area for the S&P 500. Looking at the 5-year chart, nothing but up. The stock is beautiful. ETF is moving forward. Now, looking at a little more detailed here, 600 is really where you want to be if you're going to start rebuying back into the S&P 500. 5% pullback, it's more realistic. Looking at it from that angle. Next, let's take a look. Going to SMH. Right now, the market's just at all-time highs. So you just got to be cautious. We have FOMC, we have Powell speaking. That is something that you really need to look into. Be cautious in that aspect of watching to see, are we going to get pullbacks? Because SMH, the semiconductor ETF, SPY, Qs are all elevated right now. What's going on here? Select stream. Just want to see what's going on here. Yeah, it is live streaming. Let me see. There we go. Okay, cool. So now I can see it. I was making sure I can actually see the live stream. Wasn't sure if it was working or not. It looks like it's working because I have some viewers. Here we go. Okay, cool. All right, next, let's jump into NVIDIA. Going over the Mag 7, the big dogs. NVIDIA, the obvious level, which we're not going to see today, is 150 for that pullback. Looking at that right there, okay? Now, if you're looking for shorter term levels, you can first retest would be around 166, pulling back to here. Now you just got to keep in mind, always think about like what's the percentage pullback here. If we do get that, it's a 5% pullback. You'd be looking for pullbacks dropping to about here and then pushing back up for you that. But for that to continue, you need to make sure that your SMH is having its pullbacks as well. Probably to about the 280 to 285 region is where you'd be looking for your first level. to see if they're going to start marking off together. You have a couple of consolidations looking for that as well. When the market's trading all-time highs like this, it makes you think in April, you should have bought that dip, because April, we were trading down AMD $83 up to $182. Don't get caught holding the bag. You know, you buy these stocks that have sold off, they're going up here, now you feel like you missed out and you're starting to buy at 177, 180. Just be very cautious. You don't want to be caught stuck holding the bag. Nobody wants that. So we're going to be very cautious with those guys. Let's talk about some other stocks. Let's go over, we got 4 more with the Mag 7. Mag 7 up here with Amazon has been trading within this range, which is beautiful. Bullish momentum moving up again. And now we are potentially holding this new level. And this could be the next range that we trade in. And this is what you want to see with bullish momentum. Amazon looks very beautiful trading right there, and trading up here, and now it's trading up in this range as well. So if it breaks 230, I would look for the short position coming down, see if it sells off, retest into 230, consolidation, and then push back down. That's one trade that you could be looking for. Or look for the push up to 234, rejection there. Looking at Tesla. Tesla, I believe, is trading at 320s. Let's see where we're at. 321 right now. Let's go into 1 month on this. Looking at this inverse head and shoulders. This is what I view as a potential trade here. But it's got to get above this 325 range. You can see this is the head right here forming. This is the left shoulder. And this is a potential right shoulder if this play does move out. Sometimes to get a little more clarification, what I'll do is I'll bring up the 1 month and I'll bring up the 4-hour chart and I'll start to look at it like this. This is kind of how I started looking at. This is how I started looking at for the inverse head and shoulders right in this area. So I definitely be looking out for that, all right? You got the head, you got the left shoulder, you got the right shoulder. It needs to form this movement, get above 325, and then start pushing forward. Something I'd be looking for. There's a few stocks I can't wait to review because they are selling off and I think it offers good buying opportunities. But we're going to get into that very shortly. Excuse me. Let's go into Microsoft. Microsoft right here. Microsoft right here, looking at the 5-year chart. Beautiful trading within here. We always mark this off, at least in my WAP. We mark off the 3 pillars. You have the bottom, the middle, and the high. So when you're looking at the high, these are usually selling points. You can normally see where the RSI has been very high on the long-term chart, 71. What does it do? It pulls back to 386. Then you get again, you're up here. RSI is trading up super high at 70 to 75 right now. So I definitely wouldn't be a buyer at these levels. Just be cautious, looking for pullbacks and looking to get a move back down to here to 440, 450, consolidation, maybe get a push back up. That's where my first entry would be to re-add. We bought that April dip in Microsoft around 350 and reaping the rewards at 500. So it's a good, excellent buy right there. And the last stock I just want to look at for the Mag 7 will be Google. Google stock is trading within, we've been buying this dip from 140 all the way up. And now it's trading at almost $200 per share. We've been calling out this stock. I made a video just about Google saying this is the stock to buy for 2025. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Look through the playlist. It's there. It's been trading just like this, which is beautiful. Now it's starting to look a little extended right now, so we got to be cautious here. It's at 75 RSI. So if we get a pullback, I would not be surprised. And just looking at this trend right here, we are trading at the top of the trend channel. So we're going to see where it goes from here. I'm going to continue holding these shares. I'm not going to sell them in my YouTube portfolio. If I get pullbacks, I'm just going to add. That is really where I'm looking at right now. This is, if you look at a short-term chart, this is what we are trending within. I'm trying to buy within the yellow lines. If we get a pullback a little bit deeper into the 180s, I would definitely appreciate that. Let's go over some other stocks we've been buying. UNH, they had their earnings. They're pulling back. Healthcare stocks are just bleeding. If you just look at healthcare stocks in general, like Novo, UNH, they're all selling off right now. So they're in that trend right now. So you can either view this as a long-term buying opportunity I would not be trying to short-term go long on this. I don't know if you're really going to get that pop, to be honest. They need some positive news. Right now, there is no positive news. So there is definitely a chance that if we break this 250 level, we may be going down all the way to $200 per share. And that's the risk I'm willing to take. I've been buying shares at 300, 280, 260. I'm leaving some ammo for about the $225 range to 210. Just in case we do get that pullback, I will definitely be looking for that as well. So UNH definitely has some potential selling off opportunity. I just want to bring this up. If you follow my channel, if you're a YouTube member, you see my WAP. You see my Gemini cryptocurrency. If XRP, I have alerts that if we break $3, I'm looking for that sell off down to like 280s, 270s. Continue that long-term position, which will be nice. We're starting to get a sell off in that, which is beautiful. That's what we want to see. Next, I want to look at ASML. ASML had this pop, and then it started selling off. Went up to $800 per share, and it's selling off right now. Looking at the long-term chart, you got to be smart about this. This is kind of where we're at with the chart, and it may potential. Let's see if it retests 600 later on this next couple of months. Look for the pullbacks, and just from 700 all the way down there, it's about a 15-16% pullback. So not against that, waiting for that sell-off. RGTI, this is the AI related play. Remember, these companies that are AI, that are quantum computing, really aren't making much money revenue wise. So you just gotta be very cautious. You're gonna play these stocks. I feel like they're more like day trading stocks and not looking for, long-term holds on these guys. So this chart looks like very difficult to trade. So I'm gonna stay away from it. Nike stock, another stock we hold long term. We've been calling out this like points here. You can see right here, and then right here was another rejection, and now here's a potential rejection, or is it going to break through? That's what we're looking for right now. So trading Nike, we called this dip right here at 71. We made some ads in the YouTube portfolio. It's a nice push up right now to 78, but now it's definitely in some resistance zone area. Now that we've seen the zone where we had that pullback to this area, this was the entry, looking at it right here, and now just holding to see where it goes. We need to see, is Nike going to break out of this trend? It's got to get above $80 per share. If we can get above $80 per share, then we have a potential move higher. We're going to continue holding this position, give it a chance to play out. YouTube portfolio has a couple thousand in it, which is nice. And let's give them a chance to get out of this position, especially with all the tariff news. They break above this $80, make a move back up to 93, which would be nice. Looking at Hood stock, the last day it's 103, last 5 days 107. Hood, I'm just not trading. It's too expensive for my taste. I'm looking for massive pullbacks. I need to see pullbacks down to like $65 to even be interested in this trade. And right now, if you're looking to do short-term trading in this, that is a possibility. On the 3 month, you could look for pullbacks at the $100 level, but I think these are quick scalps. I don't think you could buy and hold if you want, but for me, I wouldn't. I'd be looking for pullbacks to $98 and then look for that push back up. But right now, I'm just gonna sit on the sidelines with Hood and not make any trades on it. Intel stock was interesting. Intel sold off $24 down to $20. And if you're going to be trading this stock, Intel is very difficult to trade. At least I struggle with it. Your line in the sand right here is $18 to $19. I would say 19. That would be an easy stop loss to follow. So if you can get that pullback to $19, you can see if you can go long on this and push up. If it doesn't, then you can easily follow your stop loss right below $19. So that would definitely be a trade idea right there. APLD. APLD on the 1 year chart, very volatile stock. $7 looking for. You could look for pullbacks to $9, but for me, I don't know enough about it to be putting that out there. LMT, I just want to bring this out there. This stock is starting to wither. 5 year chart, it broke its long-term trend. You can see right there, it was trading within this trend here. And now it is starting to make lower lows. So if it can break $400 per share, that'd be excellent. And then we can look for a move down to 378. That would be a potential area that I'd be looking to accumulate some shares. You have some spots that have been known to accumulate. We were resistance right there. And then it turned into support right in this range. And now we will see, will we get that third retest? Even though it's over a 5-year testing period, you're gonna have buyers coming in around this 380s. And then you can easily follow your stop loss if it breaks below, or will it bounce above? That's what we're looking for with LMT. Let me see, any other stocks we want to review? Looking at the Goog stock, Jay Young, we were talking about this a little earlier, but I'll bring this up for you. Jay Young's a member of our WAP, he's awesome. Looking at this 6-month chart, Jay Young, 138 up to 198. We're trading within this right here. This is our channel. So for me, long-term buys, I'm looking to be buying at the yellow or anything below it when it comes to Google because I'm holding them long-term. Now, looking at the short-term period on it, we have FOMC meeting at 2 p.m., so we got to be cautious looking at that. Looking for pullbacks at 190 would be your first retest if you're going to go long on this. Now, be cautious. Today is FOMC with Jerome Powell, so sometimes levels don't apply, so just be careful. Look for that 190 pop right there. If the market is very red after Jerome Powell crushes it, let's say, and we break below 190, look for the retest up to 190 and then to reject right there and look for that consolidation. That's one other area that I'd be looking at. You're looking at the weeklies. Let me bring up Robinhood real quick. Come on, give me one sec. I'm gonna bring up Robinhood. Let me look at Google on their chart here. Let me see if their options are. I'm just trying to see here. Trade Google options. Let me see if I can get this up. That'd be fun. Oh, why is it doing that? Hold on. We're gonna bring up the options on Robinhood real quick. All right. All right, so if we're looking at Google options on this, look for this right here. Which expiration are you looking at, Jayon? This is way too short. I don't like to do weeklies like that. It's got to be at least 2 weeks out. Like August 15th, at least we have 2 weeks with this. So let's take a look at this. And let's say we can get that pullback to 190s. We got to see how the market opens with this Jay Young. I'm not against weeklies. You're looking at $30 for Google. I'm trying to see what strike price are you looking at. That's what I want to see. Because you know, you got to keep in mind, when just for newer traders that are trading options, this is risky stuff. Time expires, you can lose the value of your dollar, right? Let's say you put $200 expiration. We'll do an example. We'll bring it up. So let's just say it was 87 cents, right? This is a perfect one. 87 cents. You do the 87 cents. What happens is it's going to cost you $87 to do this, right? Now, that's like the max risk that I can take with this. So I'm going to pay the 4 cents regulatory fee, and then it's going to cost me $87 for the long call. Now, if the stock doesn't go above its break-even price, I'm going to lose my entire $87. So normally when people trade options, they're usually buying and selling. You're not holding these. You're not like holding it long-term, just so you're aware. You can look here at the expected profit here. And it's showing you, it's kind of cool because what I like about Robinhood is it kind of breaks it down easy for you. You can see that your theta really kills you at the end of the day. But your break even here is $210 per share. So if I'm holding Google and I buy this strike price at $210, but if you plan on holding it for the entire expiration, which is August 15th, 16 days from now, you need Google stock to be above $210 for you to break even on this and not lose your $87. So it's just something to keep in mind. what you're looking for when you do these short-term options is you're looking for that trade to happen way before August 15th. So if it pulls back, it goes to 190, and we're looking at the same expirations here, the 210 strike price, this ask price will not be 87 cents because we're already trading at 195. And if we pull back to, let's say, 190, that option is going to not be 87 cents. It'll probably be like 40 to 30 cents. So I always try to buy these like on dips, looking for support levels, pushing for it. And then you can kind of see like right here, if you get above 210, 212, after that time period, you can see how much it'll be worth your expected profit. So we'll keep this in mind, something to look at. We're definitely gonna try to do a little more options on Robinhood. I feel like that's a nice little way. I feel like a lot of people do options, and I think the viewers would like that. EOSE. Let me see here, EOSE. What exactly is this stock, Jay Young? EOSE. You're making me Google it. Oh, this is the energy enterprises. Did they just lost money? They sells 990K stock. I'm seeing a lot of sells. There's a lot of insider sells on this. Let's see, I'm seeing insider sell, general counsel, EOSE sells 66,000 shares. They sold 990,000 share right there. Yeah, you're right. He did put it in the WAP, boys. I'm going to the WAP. Just take a quick look at it. What'd you put on our stocks watch list? I like how you put SPSM in there. You know, I bought that in April, and we're up over 30% on that, which is awesome. Let me show you. There it is. All right. I see. Yeah. Yeah, average price $591, forecast $850. Oh, okay, so there's zinc-based battery storage, which could be crucial for data centers as AIs continue to expand. Yeah, that's very true. It's definitely a possibility. Yeah, we kind of reviewed most of the stocks here. I'm definitely going to be, I have my alert set, Jay Young. I don't know if you heard this, but I'm going to be looking. I want XRP to break. Hopefully we can break $3 today. We're going to need some negative news probably though, but if we can break down at 285, 270, I'd be loving to buy that. Pepsi, this is a stock that Jay Young continues to look at. This man wants to own Pepsi. I thought he was a Coca-Cola man, but I guess he's a Pepsi man. So looking at this chart, this is why like you have to look at your long-term charts. I just want to bring this up. Looking at the 5-year chart, this is 2020. This was an excellent buy. Jay Young called this out. Noticed that we had this right here, this consolidation in this range. And then look where it bounces, literally in the exact same spot. Excellent. It's like a sniper entry right there at 128, 130. Excellent entry right there. Pushing back up to 143, trying to get back into this range. If we can get back into this range, I just want to see Pepsi hold 150 level. If it can hold the 150 level, I definitely will take an attempt to potentially make a move back to 175. I just like that. I like that entry right there. We just got to be careful. Today is Jerome Powell Day. For those of you who don't know him, he's the chair of the FOMC. I'm going to bring up pictures so you guys know exactly who this man is. It's all about rate cuts. Is this guy going to rate cut? That's the biggest thing. That's what everybody wants to know. So all eyes are going to be on Jerome Powell. Just looking at him. This is our guy. This is our guy right here. So we just got to be cautious. At 2 p.m. FOMC. Be careful. You know, look for the trading ranges, but don't overdo it. So even like with options and stuff, if you're looking to trade options, wait for the volatility. I mean, that's going to be right before you have, that'll be like right before, 2 p.m. It'll definitely get more volatile. But all right, guys, I'm going to end the stream here. Guys in the WAP, message me on the WAP if you haven't already. Directly chat with me right through there. And I'll see you guys next time.